Hello students, welcome to another session of Environment, Ecosystem and Biodiversity. In this video, we will see in detail the types of ecosystem. So classification, already we have seen the classification in the previous video. Now we are going to just brief it in a flowchart form. That is, an ecosystem is broadly classified as abiotic component and the biotic component. Abiotic component is again classified as the physical and chemical. So chemical components can be again classified as the organic and the inorganic. So organic components like carbohydrates, proteins, inorganic like cobalt, zinc, copper, carbon, hydrogen, etc. In the ecosystem, the next classification is the biotic component. As we saw, they are again classified as producers, they are the autotrophs, consumers and decomposers. So consumers can be again classified as primary consumers, secondary consumers, tertiary consumers. So already we saw what are primary consumers. They are actually cattle, deer, rabbit, and the secondary consumers like snake, fox, etc. Tertiary, wolf, eagle, tiger. So what are the functions of the ecosystem? To get the knowledge of the ecosystem, its functioning should be understood completely. The function of an ecosystem is to allow flow of energy and cycling of the nutrients. There are different types of functions: primary functions, secondary functions and the tertiary functions. Primary functions, the production of starch is the primary function of all ecosystem. That is, the production of green plants, the photosynthesis by green plants is an example. Secondary function is the distribution of energy in the form of the food to all consumers is the secondary function of the ecosystem. Tertiary functions, the decomposition of the dead system of the ecosystem for nutrient cycle. So we can see from the picture, the producers, that is, it takes sunlight and the nutrient from the soil, and the consumers, they depend on the producers, and both the producers and the consumer, they are dyed and they are decomposed by the decomposers. So the types of ecosystem, it can be again classified as the natural and man-made. Okay, this is based on the physical classification. One which operate them under the natural condition based on the habitat, they are of two types. Okay, that is the terrestrial. This ecosystem is related to the land and the type of the vegetation. Example, grassland, forest, desert ecosystem, etc. Aquatic, this ecosystem is related to water and it's mainly of two types, that is freshwater ecosystem and the marine ecosystem. Freshwater, again you can classify it as whether they are the running water or the standing water. Running water, they are called the lotic, example rivers, and standing water, lentic, example pond. Marine water, example sea. So man-made or artificial ecosystem is operated or maintained by man, that is example cropland, gardens, etc. And also we can include these structures of the buildings, etc. So when you just take it in a flowchart form, you see the ecosystem, it is broadly classified as natural, then artificial or man-made. Then the natural is again classified as terrestrial and aquatic. Aquatic is marine and freshwater, and the freshwater is again classified as zootic or lentic. So along with the previous classification, you also have different types, like that is based on the living organisms. Autotrophic components, they are the producers. They derive energy from the sunlight and make organic compounds from the inorganic substances. Example, algae, green plants. Then heterotrophic components like consumers and the decomposers that depend on other foods are the members. They consume the producers. So heterotrophs, they are again of two types, macro consumers and micro consumers. So the omnivores and the herbivores or the carnivores, they all come under the macro consumers. And microorganisms like bacteria and fungi, they come under the micro consumers. And also they are called as the decomposers. Thank you.